Hey everyone, it's Mike with It's Pittsfield Tonight. I'm going to jump right into it. And, well, I got a haircut, as you can tell. Only reason I'm mentioning this is somebody sent me a message a couple days ago, and they said, and I get a lot of messages, but this is one that, and I do read them all, by the way. This is one that stood out to me. So it was from a gentleman who said, hey man, you don't have to wear those hats. If you have a thinning hairline or if you went bald or something like that, he said, just own it. Shave your head if you have to, but be proud of what's under there. And I thought, oh man, I'm not bald. I just like those hats. So when I was married, I couldn't wear those hats. Well, I could, but I couldn't wear them outside of the house. And but yeah, I like the hats. So the hats are going to stay. I'm going to keep the hats. But I appreciate the comment. I'm not bald though. But I didn't even think of that. So anyway, that's that. SROs. That's something, again, you've probably seen it. It's in the news again. School resource officers. Something I've been preaching on for a year and a half. Look, I'm just going to read the Eagle article if you haven't, and I'm just going to leave it at this with that issue. Debate SROs all you want. Now, granted, the city of Pittsfield, or they did leave in the budget for the SROs, but it's one SRO. We have one resource officer for our schools that I guess rotates or something like that. So, but here's all I'm saying on this is debate that issue for as long as you want till you figure it out. Until then, put an officer for security in each school, not to police the schools, not to be a resource officer, not to engage with the students, not any of that. They're there for one reason only. In the event something horrible happens, that there's a trained officer on the premises. Period. Whether it has to be through private security, maybe there's a way to use ARPA funds, whatever it is. That is how I feel about it. I just feel like it's crazy in this world that you would have a public building with that many students in it, that many kids in it, and not have a trained police officer on the premises. And like I said, I don't care if they sit in an office all day, all year, and they never come out and we never need them. Great. Success. That's a success. Imagine if you didn't have to have the fire department, that you didn't need the fire department to respond to fires. That would be awesome. The fire department, that would mean they're really doing their job. They're teaching fire prevention and all that. You know, these programs go deeper than that. But all I'm saying is debate the SRO issue for as long as you want till you figure out whether you want it, you don't want it, because their argument is, yes, the parents and the teachers want it overwhelmingly. According to this study group, they're saying the students don't, particular students of color. Here's the situation on this. I do get that resource officer programs, when they were first started to be implemented, and not just resource officer, but putting officers in schools, mainly in the big cities in the 70s and 80s when that started happening. And there were issues with it. I don't care about any of that. We've had school resource officers in Pittsfield for over 30 years now. That is a long enough study where we don't have to look at national data. We're not talking about implementing a new program. Take that 30 years of us having resource officers in Pittsfield, and that's a 30-year amount of data to go back and look. Look at the data. What does it say? Have we had problems? Does the data show that our resource officers were overwhelmingly and disproportionately engaging with students of color? If the data shows that, then we have a problem. But if those issues in a 30-year plus period have not been issues in Pittsfield, then maybe, just maybe, we are running that program correctly, which would mean we should keep it, which would mean expand it to where you have resource officers in each school. Yes, again, it was left in the budget. They didn't take it out. But one resource officer to rotate through all our schools? Come on. That's not an effective program. So that's how I feel about that. The nip bottles, that's something Ronaldo Delgallo, I think he was the one who proposed or put the petition forward to do a Pittsfield citywide ban on nip bottles. That did not go through as far as from what I understand watching that meeting. That needs to be something that is continually discussed, though, because the store owners with the vendors were discussing putting a program together. I'm going to go back and talk to a few more of the store owners, and that's got to move forward, though, because nip bottles is an issue with littering. It's an issue. And there's another side of that, too, that I hear from a lot of the bar owners. So that they are on a regular basis having to go into their bathrooms and clean nip bottles out of the toilets and trash, which means patrons are coming in there, bringing their own booze, ripping off, that's stealing, ripping off the bars. And plus, not to mention, if you have an incident with over-intoxication, that's another thing I was thinking about. How can the bar owners be responsible for that when a lot of these people are sneaking in booze that the bar owners don't know about? So the bar serves them X amount, and they're taking triple that on their own that they're sneaking in. So that's a whole nother issue. I want to talk to bar owners about that too. So right now, though, that nip bottle ban is dead, but that needs to be continued. I want to say a big shout out to 413shirts.com. They're the ones doing the It's Pittsfield Tonight shirts. I sent him a message on one of the It's Pittsfield Tonight shirts I got. I dried it. I think I over dried it. I think it was all me. I know it was. And I said, don't worry about it, but I think the decal, they sent me a new shirt like that. I was blown away. 413shirts.com, they are incredible. You want to support a new local business, that's a good one to do. And go to their website, 413shirts.com. They sell a bunch of cool, like it's not just shirts, there's hats, there's mugs, and it's all Pittsfield and Berkshire related merchandise. Plus, for $20 with free shipping, or you can pick it up at their location on East Street. There's two different It's Pittsfield Tonight shirts to choose from. So grab one of those. That would be cool. They're just a really good company, and they're really about community. So 413shirts.com, check them out. Also, let's see here. This is an important event that is taking place. It's a private event. It's a fundraiser. But I was asked to help out with this, and I always do with these things to promote it. It's a fundraiser, a benefit for Christine Delph. She is being treated for breast cancer right now. It is June 11th, so this weekend at the Polish Falcons Club on Bel Air Ave in Pittsfield. Food, live bands, Chinese raffle, $20 in advance or $25 at the door. All the money raised will help the family with all the medical expenses and everything. And if you can, consider going and helping. And it's this weekend, the 11th. And also, Carpapalooza is something I'll be promoting here soon. That's another fishing derby coming up. So I'll be pushing that also. Anything else I forgot? Maybe not. Well, gas is at 5. Oh, I did want to say the Pittsfield Beautiful people who just did Park Square. That's another incredible volunteer group. Check out Park Square. I mean, they just did they landscaped it with all these beautiful flowers, and it's gorgeous. There's so many good volunteer people in Pittsfield that work so hard to make Pittsfield beautiful and do all this work, and Pittsfield Beautiful is a perfect name for that group. So look at the work they did at Park Square. It's gorgeous. And unfortunately, yesterday I saw many of the gas stations moving up to $5 a gallon in Pittsfield, so it did happen kind of right on track how I thought it would. That's easy to follow, and I'll explain how everyone can do that later. You look at WTI, which is basically it's West Texas Intermediate crude, and then you have Brent, which is light sweet crude. You look at those prices. I'm going to explain this in another one because this probably I'm talking another language right now to some people. But then you look at RBOB, which is your wholesale gasoline, and then I can show you how you can pull up charts to look at the Massachusetts state taxes and all that, and you can add that to it and basically know a week ahead of time, in most cases, how much gasoline is going to be. So I'm going to show everybody how to do that. It's generally very, very accurate within a few cents. So when I say by this day, like I said by this weekend, gas stations in Pittsfield, and I said most likely by Monday, all of them would be at 5 or over. It was based off of that information. And I'm going to show everybody how to do that. All right, that is it for now. So everyone, take care of yourself, enjoy the weather, look out for each other, because we're all we got. Don't bully people. Be kind on social media when you're making comments and stuff. Really, don't bully people. It's not cool. If all you have to say is this one's this or this one's that, I mean, I see the people who do it to me all the time. Oh, to Jeffrey Turner. I'd love to have him on for an interview. He's always commenting about me on social media. I'd love to have him on for an interview. He seems like a very knowledgeable gentleman. So, yeah, that's it for now. Be good to each other. Be good to yourselves. Take care, and I'll see you all in the next day or two.